So we are back with my team. You guys have been keen in the comments and I have an episode for you to watch today. Trust me, stay around to the end, you might just enjoy. Now, let's talk about a few things. First off, updates.
Hey boss, have you got a moment to look at something?
So we have a personnel facility event. We're going to quickly knock this out the way. We're going to do a staff survey. Now, the previous episode, Zandvoort Reverse. A very, very, very fun race, guys. A really fun episode. The reverse tracks always deliver. And we finished actually winning, for now, temporarily. We still need to hit the points target, but we are winning against Red Bull in the team rivalry by 10 points. We need 10 more points to wrap it up. Now, finally, after a couple of rounds, we get to apply the owner training point for a team restructure activity, which, look, it's not super important at this stage, but still, things need to be done, and we finally get around to doing it. We're also going to do the rest of these activities and get them all on, basically making sure that our drivers are sharp, high focus, high morale in the team, and keep everyone pointing in the right direction. Now, over the last couple of rounds, there's been a bit of a change, and we are sort of getting ourselves back into the fight for both championships, especially the Constructors' title, and that is now becoming a very real possibility. So these next few rounds could just be key to determine what happens in this championship outcome. Now, we skip all the way to the next race weekend at Monza. We finished all of our activities. Also, speaking of finishing, we have now basically finished all of the facility improvements. On engineering, even though our car is not there, we are now officially done with facility improvements for engineering. For personnel, we are one away. We've received engineering and corporate hiring level 3. We only need personnel level 3 hiring and we are done. And as you guys know, we already finished the corporate section. So yeah, we're basically done. The cars are maxed out, so there is nothing more we can do. This weekend we're racing as Carlos Sainz, and we are heading into this weekend looking to do well. A track where wings are going to be critical, straight line speed critical, but also having good cornering performance would do really good. So we're going to try and find the balance and see how we get on. So let's begin with practice and get doing our practice programs, most notably the race strategy, of course, and we're going to see how we get on. Lap number 1, I was neck and neck, but the delta was super strong out of Parabolica to the point where we actually nearly dropped 4 tenths just on the run to the line. So we did not do the first lap in the green, but then the others did go well. However, Charles Leclerc wanted to get racy and do a Sunday race simulation, trying to pass me into turn 1. Luckily, we marked him off, of course, Carlos Sainz's former teammate. Just managing that as we get that covered. And then on the last lap, we just invalidate out of Parabolica, so a right shame that we didn't get that.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Either way, job done. It's still counted towards the data, so you can see we have 5 laps here, and yeah, overall pretty good throughout. Tyre wear really good, which is important around a traction heavy track like Monza on the rears, and also the fuel burn was actually quite economical. So yeah, generally not a bad event. Practice finishes P14 though for Carlos Sainz, a bit of a low-key session. Gasly actually I think finished in P2 and is looking pretty quick. Either way, for us, no surprises. Hard to read the practice pace really, so yeah, we'll call it there. We pick up our standard 225 R&D points and we're going to keep things moving. So yeah, let's get into it, starting out with qualifying, and let's see what everyone's true pace really is.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
Right, here we go then. On track for Q1, and we have traffic issues already. Alex Albon in the Mercedes absolutely anchors his car on the exit on the racing line. Luckily we managed to avoid it, but definitely some time there to be found in Sector 1. We supposedly or apparently go purple in Sector 2, so you could say a decent recovery. And now into Sector 3, into the final corner, the Parabolica. I just slightly lose the rears. I may have dipped a left rear in the grass. either way, we catch the slide, and now over the line we go. 1:14.9. Gasly is quickest, and we go P3. So very encouraging early signs. And actually, Gasly finishes on top and went even quicker to a 1:14.2. So I don't mind it. Gasly is ahead in the championship. So if he can do well as an AI, I'm very happy with that. So that is an excellent start to qualifying. The question is, will Pierre keep it up? Now, speaking of Albon, I wasn't paying attention, but he, again, brake checks me on the pit exit. Luckily, again, we avoid it, but really not optimal. And then we're going to hit Antonelli here on our lap, getting some dirty air through Ascari. Luckily, we still managed to keep it moving, but that was probably not an optimal Ascari chicane. So let's see, we did a 14.9 in Q1, albeit with the Albon block, of course, through the first chicane. So let's see what we get on our Q2 opener. Over the line we go. It's going to be a 1 minute 14.7, so a couple of tenths quicker. P5 for now as we let Antonelli go. I do have fuel in the car for another lap, so we are going to go for one more and try one more time. And we were a tenth up heading into the chicane, but I made a bit of a mess of it, which wasn't great. Eventually we lost a tad more time, and then we actually invalidate, trying to send it through Ascari, because I know there's time now. I'm trying to recover to push the car and get through on these tyres. Now what I did here was actually half throttle, a little bit of brake, which allows to recharge the battery really quick. I've got just enough fuel, and my tyres are about 10%, I think, on the left front. We're going to go again. We're going to try and squeeze one more lap out of these tyres to try and avoid having to run another set. So let's see. As we get the lap underway, we're still about matching, but then through Ascari we hook it up beautifully without the Antonelli issue, and we find 2 tenths. So now we just need to try and hook up the final chicane, or not the final chicane, the final corner, and we're home and safe. On the battery, a little bit of time loss. I didn't really get the line right, a slight correction, but over the line we go, and it's a 1:14.5 for P7. That was enough to get us in 9th place. Russell Antonelli out, but Pierre Gasly quickest again. He goes a little bit quicker, literally like half a tenth quicker than Q1, but that was still enough for first place, and he is looking rapid. The big surprise so far, really, Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, P6, 7, 8. Very low key so far in this one, and they've been the strongest 3 drivers pretty much all season long. And it seems like Pierre Gasly might just be in the pound seat. So honestly, this Q3 could be pretty spicy if you also look at the fact that we're 4 tenths off Pierre. So it's a very close grid. And also both Gulf Williams, should I say, into Q3. Speaking of which, we're going to get started. This is going to be our first attempt in the session. 1:14.5 was our best Q2 lap, so we're going to see what we do in this session as we get started. First chicane, Variante Rettafilio, I believe. On the brakes, a little bit of curb at turn 1. You kind of want to not do the same thing for turn 2 and kind of just drive, not around it, but just clip the inside curb, not too much though. Into the next chicane here, trying to get enough of the curbs that we kind of glide over them, but the second one didn't really get it right, and we end up going into the gravel. Now through the Lesmos, really aggressive here, just throwing the car in 6th gear, trying to carry the speed as we now use a bit of battery down towards Ascari. For this one, 6th gear, turn in, full send with the cut, really running up to the white lines, and then straight back onto the battery, trying to basically straight line Ascari as much as possible. Now, Parabolica, for this one, brakes super late at the 50, if not slightly past it. We turn in a bit too much and get some grass on our tyres, so not an optimal final corner. Over the line we go. It's a PB 14.4, but it's only slightly quicker than our Q2 time, so not entirely what I was hoping for. So that shows us a bit more time to find. However, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen have just suddenly gone try-hard mode, and they're in the 13s. Like, literally out of nowhere, they've moved the goalposts. So we're going to go for it, full send, and just see what we can come up with There is a bit of time there, but we don't have any chance of fighting for pole, so let's get to it. I'm not going to lie, that is an excellent lap. Really good. The lap itself was basically perfect, except for the 4-5 chicane. Just didn't quite get that right. I only did it right in Q1. I struggled for the rest of the session. But yeah, both cars in the top 5. Pace seems legit. Leclerc is cooking so far this weekend, it seems, because that is a ridiculous time. And then Lando and also Max in the 113s. Pierre did actually get in there as well, but the gaps speak for themselves. Either way, good session, no complaints. We can hopefully work as a team in the race to try and get these 3 cars ahead. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a classic. The Temple of Speed, there's always battles. It always delivers. Ferrari home turf. But can we make it our own? This could be a big race. Let's find out if our pace is legit in the main event.
Welcome to the home of the Parabolica, now known as the Curva Alboreto in tribute to the Italian motorsport legend Michele Alboreto. It's a long right-hander. It dares you to keep your foot as far down on the throttle as you possibly can. It's one of the great corners on the calendar, and we're here at Monza, ahead of the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Gasly, Carlos Sainz, and Tsunoda, Piastri, Lawson, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Antonelli, Russell, Esteban Ocon, Doohan, Behrman, Crawford, Lance Stroll, and Franco Colapinto, Bortoletto, Pepe Marti, Hauger, and Paul Aron rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. So here we are at Monza, Temple of Speed, lovely long straights, and well, that's it. It's easy, isn't it?
It's a little bit harder than that, Crofty, than you make out. I mean, yes, you do have those long straights, but it's linked by very tight, tricky corners. Big emphasis on braking zones around here as well, particularly into turn 1. You decelerate at the 150-meter board down to the 50-meter board, and you'll scrub off easily over 150 miles an hour. So yeah, it puts a lot of G-force on the drivers' bodies as they decelerate, and obviously it throws up a big overtaking opportunity as well come race day.
It's showtime, and we are here for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. P5, Pierre Gasly, P4. Very good qualifying from us as a team, and that's exactly what you want to hope for. Now, it has to be said, the top 3 are always there. Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen. It's You know, those three kind of have different positions, but it's always those three. The cream always rises to the top in this career mode. And yeah, we're going to have to try and find a way to beat them. Now we have 2 cars in the fight, which is really, really good. So hopefully we can try and utilize that to try and make something happen. Now, one thing we can definitely utilize around here is the AI. They are not the best around here in wheel-to-wheel combat, so that can be seen as a weakness for them. So hopefully, if the top 3 are to battle a bit, if we make the right moves at the right time, maybe, just maybe, we could try and hopefully move up. Now, strategy, very simple. 1 stop, medium, onto hards. We've already loaded up the sims from practice. Not a single cloud in the sky, sunny conditions throughout. So yeah, this one's going to be one on track, and also hopefully with a very key pit stop battle. So let's see what happens. Let's get to it. Right, here we go. We're going to line up, see how we get on. I will admit the race starts have been fairly decent so far this season. Also, my league racing, the starts have been pretty good, so I'm hoping for more of the same. Granted, this is a maxed out car, so it doesn't really apply in the same way, but clean side of the grid, nice straight line start. Let's try and work with Pierre to get the best result for the team. Right, it's showtime. Let's get to work. Let's get the revs to about 9.5. And we're off. Not a bad start. We jump Gasly straight away. Leclerc gets away well in the Ferrari as we almost drive to the back of Norris. Had to brake super late there to avoid the contact. Verstappen moves up. I'm going to try and move up here. Little gap on the inside. I'm going to take it straight away. And we've got the run of Verstappen as well. 2 for 1. Oh, yes. Good aggressive start. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I want to see if I can try and get within Leclerc's DRS. That won't be easy. I'm going to have to go full send and use every bit of the battery. But if we can get in, that would be huge. We've also dropped Verstappen here, so he'll have to deal with Norris probably down this straight, which is going to give us some respite. And already, we've got some battles behind. We get an early warning as I fully send it through Ascari trying to catch up to Leclerc. I've literally used all my battery here, so this is going to be close. Gasly moves up on Verstappen as we head on to lap 2. Leclerc's really quick though. He's trying to snap the elastic already. We're out of energy, out of deployment.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Right, let's see. Let's see if we can get there for the back straight. Gasly up to P3. You'd love to see it. This is good for us. They're going to lose time. I'm already out of battery though. I think Leclerc's probably got more than me, so he's lucky going to get away. I don't think we're going to get DRS. Right, I think we've got this now. Norris and Gasly are going to keep switching, battling potentially, and losing time. P5 downwards though is really, really losing time. So we can basically try and tag team Norris here to try and beat him for the podium. I wonder if I gave Verstappen damage because he really dropped through the field when I went around the outside of turn 4. That could be the only explanation for it. Either way, right now these two behind are actually working together indirectly, so they're going to probably catch me. But it's all good though. It's just about trying to have a clean race in general, and we've got that gap now to P5, so let's try and keep it. Personal best, 17.4. That's a really good lap. Just kind of settling in now. I did a bit of recharge, and that was a good push up. I'm trying to keep Pierre and Norris at my DRS. I mean, I'm happy to let Pierre get into my DRS, but on that particular lap, Norris was getting really close, so had to try and keep him out. But this is going well so far. Okay, Norris is going for it. He just got past Pierre, and he's keeping the battery on, momentum rolling. And suddenly he's right here with us. We'll let him take the reins for a bit. That's okay. We won't let him go. We won't let him get away. We'll see, maybe he's got some pace to try and bring us to Leclerc a little bit. That might be a good thing as a team. I wonder why the hell that happened. Okay, that makes sense. Left rear overheating, that would explain it a little bit. So, first signs of struggle on this medium, but not long until we're on a set of hards. Okay, we're going to try and repass on the pit straight if I can stay close through here. and get a decent enough exit. Pierre's going to be right there with us. Yeah, very good out of Parabolica, but we are close enough, so we are going to move up and move.
Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
We'll move through, like so. Oh, lock up. That wasn't good. Just caught the fronts there. The overspeed forcing me into an error. I still can't believe how quick Leclerc is. He just keeps driving away. It's insane. Oh, hello. Something happened to Norris at the last corner, I think. Might have made a mistake. Lost a lot of time and got dropped out of DRS range. So I'll take that. Tyre icon is on, so we are struggling on that left rear, but we should be in soon. Right, we're going to pit this lap. Norris is pushing now on battery and closing in. I'm expecting Leclerc to also box, so the top 3 will be in. Gasly will stay out for one more. Right, in we go. Don't speed. Ooh, just about made it. That was close. Right, left rear 72%, so that was on the borders, but we'll take it. We are going to hold Leclerc, which is good. A little bit of a time loss. Not a lot, but it's something. We need a good stop now, big time. This has to be perfect. And it is. It's 2.4. It's better than usual. I'll take that. I think Norris may have had a slow stop. I can't see him. No, he's had a slow stop.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
This is what I meant about the strategy being critical. And look at this. We're here with Colapinto. I'm going to try and beat him to turn 1. And there we go. That could be a decisive moment. Pierre out in clean air. He'll box this lap. Hopefully, a good stop from the crew once again. And we could be looking at a double podium today. Oh, okay. Paul Aaron out. VSC or something would be huge for Gasly right now. But I don't think it's going to happen. That would have been insane because he would have got basically a free pit stop. I don't think it's happening. Nope. Trying to see if I can get DRS here off Behrman, but he's burning right now. I'll try and catch up to Hadjar. So I don't think... Actually, I do think huge final corner gives us the DRS. Purple R sector. And there we go. We're out ahead of Pierre. Pierre's had, I feel like, an average stop, and he's going to be right there with Norris again. So those two are going to continue their scrap. We're going to continue our race now, though. There's Verstappen in P5. Right. Let's push on. Leclerc's only 4.4 up the road. Let's see if maybe on this tyre we've got a better pace and we can try and fight Leclerc and catch. Unlikely, but we can try. Personal best, 17.1. Good start. Leclerc is slowly edging away and Gasly is slowly catching me. So, seems like we are lacking a bit of pace in general this race. Right, Leclerc, 16.7. That's the sort of pace he's doing. 17.2. We're closer, but we are still slower. But we've got this gap now under control. So I think P2 could be ours.
Caution, caution.
Oh my god. Could it be?
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
It is. Leclerc's out. I don't believe it. Ooh. Okay, now we're staring down the barrel of a 1-2.
Green flag.
This would transform our season. Hopefully, no safety car, but this would transform our season. This might just change everything. That might be the moment. Oh my god, I don't believe it. A Ferrari DNF from P1 on home turf. The one Grand Prix they do not want that to happen. I think now we may have to consider maybe giving a helping hand to Gasly to try and get this 1-2, which would be an insane result. Okay, I'm dropping back. I'm going to give PS some DRS. And we're going to see if we can pull away and potentially drop Norris here as a team. Verstappen goes quickest, so I think a 2-stop for Max. The gap is nearly a second here between Pierre and Norris, so this is the time. Now is the time. I'm going to burn my battery that I've saved to try and pull Gasly along with that DRS. And we're going to start to push the gap out a little bit and try and leave Lando behind. We'll let Pierre get a slipstream here. I'll lay off the battery. DRS detection point is out of Parabolica here. To be honest, I'm tempted to let Pierre go.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Let him use the overspeed. And there we go. We'll just try and attach onto the back end. I think he's out of battery, but let's see if we can now shake off Norris here. Big lap ahead. Oh. Second warning. Bit of dirty air there. Definitely not ideal, but we did manage to keep Norris out of DRS range. I am going to let Pierre just build a gap here. So we'll concede DRS. And we'll allow ourselves to battle with Norris here. Lose a little bit of time. Cause a little bit of chaos. There we go. It's important for Pierre to win this. He's in a better position for the championship, so maybe we just let him go. It's rare that we get the chance to help in this career mode, so I think this makes sense. It's the best decision for the whole team. So Pierre will crack on, and we'll deal with Lando. It's going to be a battle of Carl Lando for second place in this one. Here we go. We'll use every bit of the battery here to make this difficult. Norris with momentum. Wow, latebraking.com. That was about as late as you could get it. Still made the corner. And now you can see Gasly just starting to build a gap. This is exactly what we want. Right, we'll let Lando go on this one. Different strategy this time. I want to see if I can try and pass Lando and leave him behind. Okay, there's a lapped car here up the road. I wonder if we can time this so that we can get DRS for the back straight. Here we go. Around the outside of Norris into the first chicane. Nice move. Now I need to try and race onto this Audi to get DRS, but I feel like he's using battery to stick with Pierre, so that might not work unless we get DRS at the pitch straight maybe. I will push though. Purple first sector, and to be fair, we are catching very, very quickly. Yeah, we're going to get DRS. We've pulled it off. Perfect. Not my best second Lesmo, but... Wait, I didn't get DRS. What? Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Lando got held up, I think. Lando got held, so... we need to go and double down here. Full push to try and get this gap out. This is our chance. Lando's 1.8. I think he might have got damage, maybe. No, he's still stuck behind Marti. He's still stuck behind. That could be it. If I can get Gasly's DRS as an insurance policy, that would be massive. But that has worked out actually pretty well. By accident, I was trying to get DRS on Marti. Didn't quite work out. But we move up, move through to a PB, and suddenly we've got 2 seconds on Norris. That might be GG. Well, we are about to witness history. I don't know for certain. I feel like this might be the first ever 1-2 of the entire series. I would have to check. I'm sure someone in the comments might point this out. One of you guys might have the answer, but I'm pretty certain it's the first 1-2. It's certainly the first 1-2 in the Cadillac era. And here we go. Gasly wins, Sainz P2, and it's a perfect day in the office.
Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Here's the checkered flag, and here's our winner. C'est magnifique! It's Pierre Gasly.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
From lights out to the checkered flag, each and every driver has this moment in the back of their mind. Now it's time for their celebrations. Our podium, it awaits. And only one can take that top spot. Today, it's Pierre Gasly's.
I mean, look at it. It's simply perfect. Pierre Gasly wins in Monza. Not for the first time. That sentence has been said. Carlos Sainz P2, it's the exact same, I believe, 1-2 positions from that 2020 Grand Prix as well. So absolutely insane parallels. Lando P3, both Mercs also with a return to form today, P4, P5, and a very low-key weekend for our rivals. So let's break it all down. So as you can see, Piastri, first of the Ferraris in P6, Antonelli P8 in the second McLaren, Yuki Tsunoda P9 in the first of the Red Bulls, and Max Verstappen P17 on a 3-stopper. Wow. I'll have to watch that back and see exactly what happened. But Charles Leclerc, the big casualty from today's episode, which means in the driver standings, things are just starting to heat up a little bit. Lando is still your leader. The gap is 49 points over Leclerc. He's basically got 2 race wins. But if you take the gap from Leclerc down, things are a lot more interesting, because from Leclerc down to Carlos Sainz, the gap is, I believe, 70 points. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. And Gasly now is pretty much a race win off being P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Hence why we've done the team order. In the Constructors, we're third, as we were, but we are right back in the fight. Right back in the fight. Ferrari with a huge blunder today, and suddenly the Constructors title is seriously back on, and we might just have an outside shot of the drivers with Pierre. So guys, hold on to your hats, strap up, seatbelt on, because these final rounds might just get very, very, very interesting, because there's a title up for grabs. So who knows what might happen in the closing rounds. Guys, that is also going to mean we win the rivalry with Red Bull, which I'll put on screen now. And yeah, overall a perfect weekend. Literally perfect, can't complain. Ideal result, couldn't have asked for any better. I would like a Lando DNF at some point. That would be good for the championship and the drivers, but beggars can't be choosers. Anyway guys, like the video, let's try and smash 1,000 likes for that 1-2 result with Leclerc's DNF, of course. Subscribe for more. On screen you've got more videos to watch, and guys, a massive shout out to my channel members. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon. Grazie e ciao ciao.